Well, hello and welcome in, friends. How's everybody doing today? I hope you are well. If we have never met before, my name is Sarah. I am a former Jehovah's Witness, turned atheist, turned intuitive energy reader. And if the title brought you here today, just trust yourself as you listen to the message and take the information if it resonates for you. If it doesn't, you can leave it behind and, no hard feelings. But I do have an important, exciting message for you. So let's begin, shall we? It is my absolute honor to read for you today. I'm speaking to someone. Okay, number one, this is a message from your ancestors. There were a couple of cards that came up that prompted me to go from the Work Your Light Oracle over to the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. Okay. And then I also got the call to use my inner child. So it kind of just, whatever I feel intuitively drawn to is how I choose the cards. Okay. So let me know how this resonates for you. There was 1, 2, 3 on the clock as I said that. So number one, I pulled from the Inner Child Oracle deck. And the card that came out was number 5, be true to who you are. Fear will not stop you from shining. Notice on the card, there's a unicorn with butterfly wings. Some might say it's a Pegasus, right? Something like that. Mystical creature. The person I'm speaking to, you are definitely unique. You are so unique that you have never felt like you belonged. I know people say that all the time, but I'm speaking to someone who you got really good at mimicking what you saw in order to fit in. Let me say that again. You got really good at mimicking what you saw in order to fit in. You often wondered what normal even meant. And you spent a lot of your time observing people to see how you were supposed to behave. Almost to the point that you often wondered why you were so different and why it was so hard for you to understand or fit in. I could be talking to someone who's neurodivergent, autistic, or if maybe you're of an older generation, you now recognize that about yourself, that perhaps you would have been someone that would have had that label on them. I don't love labels, but it makes it easier for me to put energy into containers, if that makes sense. And so then I have to label them so I can remember, right? Okay. So the person that I'm speaking to, you have always known that you're different. You might identify as a star seed or a soul seed, someone that comes from another place, like another planet or galaxy body. And so you might very well be an introvert, someone who has to often retreat and recharge. You've often struggled with giving yourself the love that you deserve, and you have also struggled with getting people to give you the proper respect, because you do have gifts, but people never believed that about you. They thought that you were maybe, I don't know why the word histrionic is coming up, like someone who was in hysterics. Histrionic. Is that even a word? I don't know. Every part of your being is deserving of love, especially the parts of you that made you stick out like a sore thumb, that set you apart from others. And that could be something like big ears or a big nose or overbite. Maybe you were really short or really tall. Maybe you were really overweight, or you were so skinny that people made fun of you. Something like that. But not only that, you were bullied and people were afraid of you because you were so weird. And people told you you were weird, like a lot. So this is not new to you. The person I'm speaking to, yeah, this resonates. So if it doesn't resonate, honey, it's not for you today. Okay? No hard feelings. Maybe it'll be next time. So yeah. Inner child, be true to who you are. And so this is a message from your ancestors, okay? I pulled Keeper of the Earth. Sorry about the traffic noise, guys. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So this speaks to me of not necessarily people that you knew in this life, in this carnation, but people that you don't know at all. Like, their graves have long been empty. A really long time, guys. Like, I'm hearing people of the earth, or like cave people. So, anyway, there's, so when I connect with my spirit guides, when I am entering the space where I can see them, it is always cave-like. It's very dark and lit by like a bonfire kind of feeling. I feel very close and protected there. But I also feel as if I am sort of like asking for the privilege of approaching them. And that's the feeling I'm really getting with this, is that someone here longs to belong. You've never felt like you belonged. And you are being told through this reading that there could be a reason for it. You could identify as a star seed or a soul seed. I know it's a little bit out there, but you also received the card See from a Higher Perspective. And that is saying to me, maybe give something else just a listen. Be open-minded about this, okay? Maybe you're Mintakan. I know I butchered that. Maybe this picture is unsettling in some way. Maybe Saturn, or a planet with rings around it, might be of significance in some way. I'm feeling like somebody had to do a project in school with a planet with rings. So perhaps you are willing to see this idea from a different perspective, knowing that your ancestors are supporting you and they want you to stop allowing fear to keep you from shining your light. Other people in your life have dimmed your light. They want you to trust and thrive. You're approaching something new in your life with a lot of, I'm hearing zeal, which is a word from my old past, zealous and zeal, back from my Jehovah's Witness days, when I was a Jehovah's Witness. They're asking me now to pull some tarot. So again, the person I'm speaking to, you're an introvert, because you've come to enjoy the pleasure of your own company. You would much rather be buried behind papers, books, your laptop, your notebooks. You enjoy connecting with yourself on an intellectual level. I'm talking to an intellect, and someone who has achieved a lot in their life, or you have promise for that. The Nine of Pentacles. This is someone who's self-sufficient, independent, can take care of themselves. This can be a man or a woman. There's no gender in tarot. Right now is a really good time to embrace whimsy, being a little bit weird, being bold. Right now is a good time for that. What you don't see coming is the Queen of Cups. You're an empath because you, going back to the beginning of the reading, you mimicked people in order to fit in. Like, you didn't know how to read people. You didn't understand their true motives. And so you got burned a bit, but then you learned real quick what people were really about. You're a fast learner and a quick study, they want me to say. So the person I'm speaking to right now, you're embracing this emotional intelligence. You're learning to become compassionate, because recently you've allowed yourself to become more open-minded and to take that higher perspective of seeing other people's behavior as not a reflection about you or anything that you've done. It's more about them. So like when you were bullied, they were lashing out. They were trying to control you in some way to make themselves feel better, right? Because at home or wherever else in their life, they didn't have control. So they took it out on someone smaller than them or weirder than them or whatever, fill in the blank, right? Wow. So no wonder you often need to retreat. Because this works for you. You're able to recharge, plug in, lots of meditation. Who I'm speaking to, you are, if you don't get your meditation work in and your self-care routine in, you find yourself going to a place of depression quite quickly. So you've learned to maintain that higher connection with spirit. Okay. And maybe you find that certain times you need to meditate longer than, 10 minutes. Maybe it's like an hour, or you don't put a number on it. It's however you go into it feeling. The person I'm speaking to, you are so intuitive, like you don't do anything without consulting, like right here, right? I mean, or you're getting to that point where you're thinking, it hasn't failed me yet. If it ain't broke, no need to fix it. And maybe you're trying to share that with other people in your life because maybe they continually go down these pathways that just lead them to a dead end. And you're like, how did you feel making that decision? Was it, did you really sit with it, or did you just kind of make it from a place of haste? We want to be really careful, especially at this time right now. The people I'm speaking to of this kind of connection, you just want to be careful that you that you just remember those ones that you love so much that are struggling. Please don't make them feel bad about where they are. If they want help, absolutely offer, but let's be careful not to cross boundaries and impose our helping on our helping, because sometimes we think we're helping, but we're actually hindering. Like, you got to let people do what they got to do, right? You got to let people make their own decisions. They have free will. You wouldn't want to interfere with something that maybe spirit has already got the wheel of fortune going in that direction. You wouldn't want to interfere with that. Some of us that were never taught boundaries, we interfere all the time, and we just think we're helping. That's coming through really strong right now. Okay. Yeah, we're going to pull some more. What else does Spirit want? Yeah. Okay. They just came out. All right. So I did see, okay, someone here. Wow. Hang on. Okay. Wow. Excuse me. Hang on 1 second. Yeah. Someone here is, wow. Someone here, I'm getting emotional because this is to me, this is just shows how far people can come when they believe that they can. The person I'm speaking to, you have been wronged so much in your life, and yet you still stayed kind. And if any of your bullies came back and tried to say that they were sorry, which they didn't, but if they would have, you would have accepted them and said, okay, that really sucked. I wish you wouldn't have done that to me. Don't do that anymore. You would in a second help somebody, and that gave you strength. That got you to a place of being the high priestess. Someone here has struggled their whole life with being who they are, telling their truth. You might even identify with the LGBTQ plus community, and you have had to hide who you are. You weren't allowed to be true. But your ancestors are saying to you, it's safe now. Let's pull one more card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. I love this deck so much. I'm not affiliated. I bought it on Amazon, and it has helped me connect so much. Okay, someone here has learned that their passions are igniting things for them in their life. So let's give it an example. Let's say you have always struggled in a relationship with someone because how can I say this? Maybe you thought things had to be a certain way because that's how you were raised, to believe that a relationship had to look a certain way. And maybe as you healed, you recognize that the way that you were living was very detrimental. And so now you've removed those harmful people, situations. You've removed yourself from this harmful thing. And you've recognized that by leaving that behind, you've ushered in something creative, some time for yourself. You've put out the old and you're welcoming in the new. And so with that new is coming this new ignition of passion. I've been getting this card so frequently. I'm just like stunned at how spirit works and how I can pull a card several times And yeah, so it's this card, Fire Guardian. Connect with your desires. The sparks could lead to something beautiful. This is representing the angel of fire. And fire is an energy that many people are afraid of, but they shouldn't be, because the burning desires can lead to great expansion. They're asking you to allow the fire guardian to help you to awaken a wilder side of yourself. All right. And burn away any fear or shame that stands between you and your desires. When this card appears, you are being reminded that passion is powerful and absolutely encouraged by spirit. So this is almost like an ugly duckling story. I hope that's not offensive to anybody, but it's like a glow up, right? That's what I mean. Like someone who's kind of just been, kind of out, a scapegoat, an outcast, the black sheep. This person is now recognizing that by putting themselves first for once, they are going to maybe have someone come in for them. Okay? Wow. The extended message is you are being guided by your angels to connect with the powerful energy of desire at this time. If you have recently set an intention to explore your sexual side or become more sexually open, the fire of desire can burn away any old setbacks that are preventing you from expressing that part of your nature. If you are in a relationship, this card can indicate great spiritual and sex connection. I keep forgetting I can't say certain words on YouTube, so whoops. But anyway, you guys get the general idea, I'm sure. All right, so something big is coming in for you. You're having a glow up. Maybe you're starting to have memories of times before when you maybe recognize this sort of energy. Mintaka. Okay. So you're remembering to be true to who you are. You're not going to let fear stop you from shining. Yes, you need some time to recharge. You are an introvert. But you're doing the work. You're balancing out your emotions. You're trusting in the greater path that is winding into the future for you. You are learning to give back to those, maybe even those who once harmed you in some way. And so your reward is going to be a passionate new relationship. Now this could even be like art or something like that, or a passionate dream that you have that you wish to explore. Anyway, it's been a spicy reading, and it's really hot out today, so I guess the message goes along with that. I don't know. I just do what they tell me. So if it resonated, let me know. And I hope you have a great day, and good luck with this energy. Have a good one. Bye.